And we are live.
Yeehaw. Yeehaw.
Welcome aboard, everybody. Welcome to our first live match reaction after a great result for the Bitter Red there today. Jesus, we didn't have to make hard work of it. So we didn't. Brought to you again this evening by the White Hag. Unfortunately, Connor can't join us, so I'm going to have to take hosting duties, and I'm sure the views will just continue to drop as they hear me talking. That's right. Come here. What do you reckon, lads? Magoo, what do you make of
that? Poor, wasn't it? Very bad. You were saying about the Waterford game the other day, Sean, about it. We made it harder than it should have been, but we made that a lot harder than it should have been. They were. I don't know if that's the standard they've played in the first two games, but if it was, they're piss poor, and we were just dragged down to their level. We were awful all night.
That's exactly the take I took from it as well. Is dragged down to their level. I thought in the first 20 minutes we started actually quite well. We played a bit of nice football at times.
Yeah.
Opened them up and created a few chances, but after that, it seemed like we got dragged down to their level of playing this.
Yeah. We had nothing in the midfield. Yeah, the hoof, but there was nothing in the midfield. There was no link. Like everybody giving out about Walter the last few weeks. I hope to take it back now and realise what he's brought to the team the last few games, because there was no link between midfield and attack whatsoever. And I think now, and I thought Cawley started the game well, actually. It's the first 10-15 minutes, he was probably Rovers' best player, but he's not a natural number 10, so he's not going to get into the same positions like Walter does. Just drop it in, give, go, little 1 and 2 touch passes. It just keeps possession and brings you up the pitch, and we had none of that at all. It was just long ball. And then even aside from that, like the last few weeks we've had like the likes of Gibson, and they'll just do something magic. So we didn't have that tonight neither. It was just anything that was there for the first few weeks, apart from the character, wasn't there tonight.
What's that saying? You don't miss something until it's gone.
Yeah.
I think Walter was that element. Now I wouldn't be as harsh maybe as the both of yourselves. Look, it's a 1-0 win on the road. I don't think we gave up too many chances to Longford. I don't think they ever really looked at scoring. I know Dervin had a chance late on, but look, you're always going to have 1 or 2 against you. And I think what we lost in Walter, we kind of gained in terms of a unit with Cawley, like, a bit more cohesive. But I'd still have Walter in there. I just think, like as Magoo was saying, there was no link between the midfield and attack. I kind of felt sorry for Johnny Kenny at times.
I think Walter actually went out of the side for me. Actually exposed Romeo a wee bit too much. I felt he didn't have an outlet. He didn't have someone to play a wee 1-2 with. He was always dragging inside to try and get something given to him, but there was nothing there. I thought, all in all, I think Romeo had a really bad game anyway.
Yeah, his touch was all over the shop tonight, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It really was.
It was just like a wall. It was like playing knockout with him. Just kicking, it was coming back.
I don't know if it was just me or what, but I have to say that pitch was so tight.
But the surface was brutal. We were hearing all this about it being it was brutal.
Yeah.
Bobbling everywhere.
It looked good from a distance, but when you got down to the nitty-gritty of the pitch, it was quite bobbly and patchy. Which didn't help. But having said that too, I think Romeo's touch, he kind of continued on from the previous 2 games. He's every time he gets near the ball in the middle or in the midfield, you're kind of a bit worried that he's going to lose it, and more often than not, he does. I don't know. Look, do you know what Walter? Or do you know what he reminds me of is Richarlison for Everton. He fucking loses the ball more than he retains it. But at the same time, too, he's always capable of getting a goal or doing something explosive. And you kind of have to balance between the two, So that's what I reckon.
Well, he set the tone. He was got the ball in the first 30 seconds and gave a suicide pass to McCourt, only for McCourt got out of it. And the ball came back to him again, and he gave him one up, I'd say about 7 foot up in the air. That was in the first minute of the game, his first 2 touches, and you just knew what was coming for the rest of the game from him then.
Yeah. So Aaron Deering here, he just put into the chat box that he's been wasted on the left wing. I tend to agree with him, to be honest with you. As much better through the middle up top. But do you drop Johnny? That's the argument, isn't it?
Johnny, I feel sorry for, like you were saying earlier, for Johnny. He's getting a bit you can see it in him. He's getting a bit anxious now, isn't he? And a bit he's snatching that thing. Although tonight that effort,
on the Stacey stick.
Yeah, he was really unlucky with that, wasn't he? Really unlucky with that. But there's other things you could see one before that where he took a shot and he had no right to be taking a shot on from, like.
Yeah.
And there was one in the second half as well. I think he turned and tried to shoot where he wouldn't normally. And the last few games as well, I seen him against Waterford and Dundalk. He's when he is striking the ball, he's not striking it true. The one thing he's always had down through the years, or coming up through the years, through the ranks, is when he strikes the ball, he's a really true striker of the ball. Like, he puts the laces through it and he can really fire it, but he's just snatching at things, like, and I think he's starting to get it weigh on his mind a bit, maybe.
You see, this is
having
the thing.
Having said that, I think when he scores one, he will score a few then.
Yeah, this is the thing I was fearful with. It was the thing I was fearful with Johnny, is that if it did come a case where he didn't get a goal earlier on, people might actually start getting on his back, and like that, he might actually feel the pressure a wee bit of not being a goal-scoring striker. Whereas actually, I took an awful lot from his game, especially in the first half. I thought he was very good. I thought he made some clever. His work rate was top class, and actually his strength. Yeah, he was holding off centre half there.
He played one lovely ball in behind to Romeo too. He just couldn't get onto it.
Yeah, I'm just going to read out some of the comments here just in the chat box.
Yeah, Jerry, back to head.
So Fergal Gallagher he said, "Lighten up, lads. We won. Have a white hag."
Hey, hold on.
Woo, woo.
Fergal. Where is it?
I'm on the bitter rain.
Cheers, Fergal boy.
Shogies says, I think that's Derek Ballas there. Says, I see more in Walter than I did in junior last season. Totally agree.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
Going back to Walter there slightly. When he came on, we changed as a team. He actually settled us down a little bit. He got on the ball, made a few things happen, and he was patient on the ball, where everything else was being rushed before that.
Yeah.
So it's also the Freeze when he came on as well. He's a good few weeks off it, isn't he?
Yeah, he looks a bit.
Yeah. I was saying that last night. Well, I don't think we were saying it on air, but he does. You can see that you can see he hasn't been traded at the same level that we'd be expecting him to be here. If he was here, what he'd be training at. So, although having said that, you still see the quality in him when he came on.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I thought that was a handball too, where he tried to.
That's right.
His touch was a wee bit ahead of him, and then he tried to lob them, and it looked like a handball to me. But
yeah.
I was up for that. I thought that was that one as well, and also the one towards the end there where Romeo goes through and Stacey takes him out of it. Like, where's the referee's logic in that? It's either a penalty or it's a yellow card for diving.
Yeah. Well, I didn't think it was a penalty anyway.
I don't know. Well,
in fairness,
I don't know.
The ball was gone, but he was hard done by with the tackle before that. That was never a fucking yellow card. No chance.
Lights.
It's the best tackle I've ever seen him putting in. If probably as well.
Comment coming in there from Connor as well. The Horgan was excellent this evening. He was brilliant.
Yeah. Connor
who? Connor who?
Connor Lynch. He won't join us on screen, but he's there. He's here in spirit.
He's here in spirit.
There's a lot of
cheers, Connor.
Walter at the minute coming through the chat box as well. So I think, like what we were saying there, you realise what you miss when you don't have it.
Yeah.
Shane White says Gibson had a poor game, a very poor game. I think he was not even doubled up. I think they were trebling up on him.
But I think Gibson
was all right. I thought.
Yeah, but I think he was a victim of the pitch as well. To be honest, it was so tight. He had no space. So they
was
weren't on him, and there was no space for him to move. And when he was on the ball, he actually wasn't too bad. He was trying to make things happen. But everything was just so tight, compact, and in fairness, they were tigers.
We were saying in the chat right about the pitch being narrowed. It was so small and tight.
Yeah, like Jesus Christ, there was literally no room to do anything.
So you can see that that's the way they want to play. That's what they want. They want to bring it into a dogfight, like, and that they're happy enough, and they know well, like, they're not going to get points any other way. They have to scrap and battle out everything and just bring it down to their level, and they've done it. Like, they've done it well.
Yeah, but I have to say, they didn't cause us any problems.
A lot of people wondering, Conor O'Grady and others wondering, who do you think are showing with the red wine?
That's Keelan O'Grady. That's Keelan O'Grady. He's going to be barred out of the chat from now on, anyway.
Oh, it's Connor as well.
Oh, is Connor in there?
Connor was the first one in with it. Wondering who does Sean think he is with the red wine?
Well, who did he think he was at the game with them shades on him and a fucking cut of him?
Stephen Keeney as well goes, white hag doesn't do red wine.
As I said earlier, it's the bitter raid. It's the bitter raid.
Yeah.
Right. But no, all in all, lads, it's an excellent result because I don't think many teams are going to come out of there with 3 points this season. I think it's going to be a really hard place to go.
Yeah. Just one more comment I want to pick up, and in fairness to Andrew Dodd, there's a good few comments in here, right? Andrew's always good for
contributor.
Oh, let's contributor. Yeah, thanks. He goes, he's done a complete 360. He's saying Walter is better than Cawley now. What's that all about,
Andrew? Andrew's on the red wine too, is he?
Yeah.
I think with Walter now is people are just seeing what we were lacking without him, and it's, as you were saying earlier on there, Magoo, about Cawley, it's hard to play him as a number 10. He's going to continually drop deep into the centre of the park. He's not going to stay high. It's just not his game. It's not natural for him.
No. And he's not able to, like you see Walter when he came on, he's able to hold on to the ball. He's able to take more than 2 and 3 touches. He's quite comfortable holding on to the ball and keeping it and beating a man or going around. He's comfortable to do that if he's given it in tight positions and certain areas of the pitch where there's men on him and he has to hold on to it. He's well able and capable of doing it. Like, and just Davis, it's not his game. Like, even though as I say earlier, I thought he did start well and he was like a man possessed in the first 15 minutes. He was everywhere. But that's not his game. That's not his game, and we missed it tonight.
I was commenting there from Gavin Lynch. When you play a Prody and pick up 3 points, you're doing something right. Same thing happened in Waterford. I have to agree with him. Definitely, I think they're the kind of results we weren't getting in the past. Whenever we go on a little run or the hype would get going, we go somewhere like Longford and drop points, and then it's fucking crash back down to earth. But like that, we had a few opportunities. And then we get the goal. Like, in fairness, it's a decent header from Buckley that gets us the goal in the end. It's good, actually. It's a good flick on, I think, from Romeo, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think Romeo's the front post.
He won it at the front post, flicked it on, and Buckley was coming in at the back and just 2 yards out.
Very unusual for us to score from a set piece as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I'm not sure. Is that not 3 games in a row where we scored from set piece, or at least 2? No.
No, we scored from against Dundalk was a free, specifically from corner kicks.
Right.
We're
corners have been a weak point.
Never much a threat.
Yeah, corners really have been a weak point for a long time.
Yeah.
But look, it was nice to see. I think that's Gary Buckley's first goal for the club, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was good. Now, I have to say, I thought the referee had an absolutely appalling game.
We're back to normal.
Oh, my God. Oh, Jesus Christ, he was atrocious. Like, some of the fucking bookings were unnatural, so they were.
I swear that I shit myself about 3 times with Bulger. I thought it was him booked when Cawley was booked. And every time he was going for a tackle then, I would think, Jesus Christ, what he had. Yeah. And then the ref eventually pulled out the yellow card for him. I was like, oh, no.
I have to say,
next week.
I don't know whether I feel sorry for him or I was embarrassed for him, but for Adrian Eames, when Bulger made that tackle where Bulger got booked for the first time, and he thought he had booked it was Bulger that got booked when Cawley got booked, and he got all excited. He thought he was being sent off. Oh, he's gonna get fucking done.
It's funny him who and me wound up.
Yeah. So Damien McGrath was the referee tonight. He's probably our most local referee, in fairness. Damien's teacher in Westport. But
we owe Damien a lot. We owe Damien a lot now, in fairness, don't we?
Yeah.
We can't really see too much about Damien.
No. But
Damien,
is it long enough now? Is it long enough now to have a go at him again? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he the 2006 linesman?
Yeah. I just thought that there was 3 cards for us in the game. I don't think there should have been 3 cards in the game for us. I think nearly every foul was a yellow card.
Compared to last week's ref, like.
Yeah. And it's just the yellow for Romeo was absolutely ridiculous. It was the cleanest win of a ball, you could say, like. And
But that's refs who've never played football, like at any level.
Yeah.
You know, if you're running fast into a tackle, then it's a foul. You're out of control and reckless. That's what to think by the rule book. Yeah, it's nonsense. Like,
there was actually nothing reckless. In fairness, there was nothing reckless about that.
No.
He got 100% of the ball. He pretty much didn't touch the man. The man would have fallen over him after that. But absolutely. So that
was a good, strong challenge.
Yeah, exactly. And nothing reckless about it. Both feet on the ground. I don't see where you can give yellow for that.
Lads, what was your thoughts on man of the match? Who are you going for?
Man of the match. Jesus.
Just from the chat box, I see Derek was putting in Morahan or it was I think it was or Gibson or not Gibson.
Horgan.
Yeah.
I thought, to be honest with you, I was going to say I thought he started the game poor, but I thought they were all poor in the first half. I don't think there was really anybody who
no one stood
up in the first half. Didn't stood out in the first half. No, so
first half I would have said Johnny Kenny would have been one of the better players. But I give my man of the match to Morahan. Thought he was excellent. I thought he was easily the best midfielder there this evening. So he was.
Don't know. I'd probably give it to. I did give it to Buckley just because he scored a goal. We kept a clean sheet and he scored a goal.
Yeah, but I have to say now the back four in general were very good. They didn't look too bothered at all. You know, there was no one really troubled them up there. They're going to need a goal scorer. If they're going to stay up, they need to find some kind of attacking outlet because genuinely they caused us no issues whatsoever.
No, we might have been lucky with the substitutions that they make in the first half, maybe.
Maybe so, yeah. In fairness, they got 2 injuries early on, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They were nearly all injured at one stage.
Yeah.
And they're supposed to be fit, I heard.
Yeah.
I was expecting a lot more from the lad, Garvin, is it? Or
Dervin.
Dervin, sorry.
Yeah, I thought he'd be more.
He was quiet enough, I thought.
And Bulger was even quieter.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't do a lot. Just going back to the back four, though, I thought it was probably McCourt's best game of the 3 so far for us.
Yeah, he's very good on the ball. Very tidy.
Yeah, he didn't put a foot out of place. He was very, very good. So that's good to see. Good progression, especially because I know with Banks, he didn't make the squad today. I think he had a thigh injury as well. So that's one of our options that might be out. I don't know, for who knows. So it's good to see the likes of McCourt with his best game tonight.
Well, it's going to take McCourt a bit of time to settle into left back as well, especially in the way that we play. You know, you're not a conventional left back, so you're not. You know, you're playing as a wing back a lot of the time. You're expected to get up and down the pitch. So it's, you know, for not a natural left full, it's a tough job.
Yeah.
Especially he's not going to get any help off Parks neither, like. In defended wise, he does try the odd time. He does try in fairness to see when he comes back, but he's not. All the defending duties are going to have to be by McCourt, and then when Parks drifts inside, McCourt will be expected to offer the width as well. So, it will be a tough job. I don't think Horgan doesn't seem to have as much attacking instinct as McCourt either. So, if you've only one full back going up, or only one who wants to go up, then there's more onus on you to do it more often.
Absolutely. No, Horgan is a very conventional right back. Like, he does get involved a wee bit, but he doesn't go by the halfway too much, I don't think.
No, he doesn't look comfortable really, does he? He's happy enough to sit back and do his job.
But in fairness, he's always every game now he's made a crucial interception at a fight. You know,
he covers round brilliantly.
Which
he covers round brilliantly from full back. There was one in the second half. It dropped over Buckley, was it? I think.
Yes.
They had 2 men over, and he was there on the cover.
Yeah.
So he reads it very well. Yeah.
Very intelligent footballer. I have to say as well, John Mahon was excellent back there.
Yeah.
Really.
Sure, the two of them have been very good since the start of the season. Buckley and Mahon together.
They're creating a good partnership together. They're working really well.
Very strong.
I think Buckley touched on it there as well, just on the pod the last night, that kind of one complements the other. That
Yeah.
Gary might be stronger at certain things, and vice versa with John. So I think they have the makings of obviously they have the makings of a really good partnership. And I think like Gary as well, just mentioned, like John's only 2021. He's been around so long now that he's like a senior pro.
But he plays like a senior pro though.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Like even to have the confidence there, the corner towards the end of the first half, where Romeo flicks it back, it just drifts by your own post.
Yeah.
And I think Mahon had actually called for it. He was going to go and win it and clear it. He fucks Romeo out of it, like. That's confidence to do that. That's a senior pro and one of your top players. Like he's what I mean. He takes them all on. He's taking no prisoners.
He doesn't care about reputation. His own team or the opposition team.
Yeah,
that's what you want. Oh yeah, that's what you want in a centre half, especially, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Great to see him back to his best after last season. You'd never know it by him. He's just hit the ground running, is completely seamless. And thankfully he got the few games at the tail end of last season too, so that's really stuck to him.
Yeah. Didn't affect how he plays neither. He's still pulling out of nothing.
Exactly, yeah. So Shamrock Rovers up next. Just kind of have a half an eye on them here tonight. 34 minutes gone and it's Shams 0, Dundalk 0. The biggest thing to report, I think, from this game so far is that Gartland seems to have gone off with what kind of looked like maybe like a cruciate.
Shams getting a belter. Getting a belter. I was just about to say, I think Dundalk might get something out of this game, from the pure fact that they get themselves up for the big games.
Yeah.
Well, look, I think a draw there tonight would be a brilliant result for us.
Yeah. Just nothing seems to be going for Dundalk at the minute, though. It's kind of they seem to be completely disjointed, and when you see the likes of Gartland going off, who would be their kind of, I suppose their
that's his first game of the season. Gartland.
Is it,
yeah, he hasn't been in the first two squads, but I don't know if he was injured or
he was injured for us.
Was he? Yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't out last week neither. So it's strange to come in from
nowhere
straight in. Yeah, it just shows what's going on up in Dundalk. Anyway, it's a circus.
Just going back to ourselves there, lads. I tell you, that win tonight really sets us up for a massive game with Shams now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be a real top of the table clash again, but I think us against Shams is more of an authentic top of the table clash rather than us against Longford. I think definitely when we're winning games like that on the road, winning 1-0 and winning ugly, I think that's really going to stand to us during the course of the season. We'll definitely be up there, top 3, top 4, if not top 2.
I think like the game against Shams, I think it lets us. We can set down a real benchmark here. We can put down a marker as to where exactly we're at. I gladly take a draw against them, but we definitely have the ability to go out and beat them.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And you said it. You set down a real big marker. I just look in there. Kiki is a comment in. Cawley or Walter start next weekend. I have to say I put Walter back in.
I think at home anyway, especially Walter. Yeah. And the simple fact too is the Shams will come and want to play. They'll want to play. They'll let us play. They'll want to play. It'll be a different game. So I mean, like Buckley was expecting a fight up there, like, and he got it. He was right, but I'd say that's why he put Cawley in. I'd imagine next weekend it'll be.
You have to have back in. That's 3 games where he's been tactically spot on. He's got it right. You know what I mean? And that's brilliant for us. But it's to know the manager's right on cue along with the players as well. It's important.
Yeah, and I think the big difference there, Sean, is last year he was a little bit hamstrung in terms of player availability and the lack of depth in the squad. Where you actually this year, I think you'll see how good Liam is because he has options and he's not put like last year. Some games was just putting the fit 11 out in the pitch, whereas this year got options in the squad. He's working with what he has now, and he seems to be doing a great job.
No, it is. It's brilliant. It's looking good. Everything's looking good, lads. I think we says we make it short and sweet tonight. I think we'll leave it at that for the time being. Just
Yeah,
looking there.
We'll just read out some more of the comments just because
Do.
people did. So Oisin Archer saying McCourt or Horgan. Neve is saying Horgan maybe. Gavin Lynch, Horgan. Tony Peace is clean sheet and goal. Happy days. Stephen Keeney saying Horgan or Buckley. Donny P. Can't wait to see the poach match video from Moody's when we get back. Looking forward to that big time. Art Thornbury saying he was taking a lot of grief from friends who support other League of Ireland clubs or think that the league is shite. We won the game tonight. We're top of the league and we're going to hear all about that. Not getting carried away, but a few digs back.
You're right, Art. Get stuck into them.
And then the last one then, draws in all these games from Shane White. Draws in all these games this weekend will be brilliant results for us, yeah. So come on, the Dog and get an equaliser and we'll be sitting pretty at the top of the league, facing the Shams next week, hopefully.
Oh yeah, any weekend you can gain points on everyone else. Happy days.
Yeah.
Listen, I want to thank
everybody. Yeah, sorry, just before we go, if anybody else wants, don't forget you can still get your shout. Have your say in shout from the shed end for the pod.
Yeah, do get them sent into us because I think they're going to be good again this week. They've been brilliant so far. But listen, everyone who's jumped on tonight, we really, really appreciate it because this was basically a test run and the views have actually exceeded what we were expecting, and the comments as well have been brilliant. And this is kind of what we want to generate now after all the games, just get a bit of crack going and nothing too serious. So look, I think
a bit of red wine. A bit of red wine.
And a bit of red wine.
Product from Magoo. Product placement.
Product placement. That could be done by the Trade Descriptions Act here or something, would it be?
So look, we'll leave it at that. Listen, everyone, thanks a million for getting on board with us tonight, and we'll do it again next week after we beat Shams. Can't beat that.
I'm gonna bring me list for Kiki next week too.
Absolutely. 3 points for the bitter raid. Have a great night, lads.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers. See you later.